Golden Debate Show, earlymorningmob.com. It's your boy Kryptonite and your boy Two-Tone here on the pre-eve of All Saints Day, also known as Halloween, and Goose and Goblins Day, once you already know that these vampire motherfuckers must love this shit. It's definitely not God this holiday, but you know, a lot of people trying to say don't celebrate it, whatever. If you want to celebrate it, celebrate whatever the fuck you want. And if you don't want to celebrate it, don't celebrate it. So let's get it in.
Punch these vamps in the face, though.
Golden Debate Show. Like, comment, share, and download. That's the only way we get the word of the show out, where we hump big media, hump big radio, and hump for the facts and shine the gold upon these vampires.
Get that mac and cheese. Everybody deserves their mac and cheese.
Golden Debate Show. Wow. Golden Debate Show. We're gonna talk about this. Talk about the Golden Debate Show. Yeah, the Golden
The only hashtag isn't hash vampires. Hashtag vampires listening. It's also hashtag hash. Go. Very happy Halloween, everybody. So, we get into it. We set it off on my man 2-Minute News from YouTube, and we will in a couple minutes. But I just wanted to get into this real quick thing with you, Tone. Everybody's asking, you know, everybody hears we're doing a radio show, and, you know, we like to clarify it. We all do our government jobs as well. But then we come home, we do the music, we do the videos, and we don't go to no big studio or nothing. We try to do everything in-house. Me, Capo, and Tone do everything. And we also do The Greatest Show, which is a sports podcast / radio show. And we also do The Golden Show, which is the music / podcast type radio show. And this is The Golden Debate Show with your boy King Midas and your boy Kryptonite, where we go through all types of topics, whether it's sports, music, or facts, but we really try to get into it with these news clips and give people a different perspective. But we keep open minds, not empty ones, so that you can make up your own opinion, because that ain't going telling somebody else how to live. So let's get it in. 2-Minute News. Golden Debate Show. Like, comment, share, and download. earlymorningmob.com is our website.
Bringing you the news that you need to know every day. Let's begin. Police in Turkey have fought with protesters outside a Turkish courthouse after authorities failed to arrest a police officer that was accused of killing an anti-government demonstrator. Increasing unrest in Libya has dropped oil export numbers to 10% of its pre-conflict capacity, with many residents blaming the unwanted intervention of Western countries for their continued hardship. As Sunspot 1875 unleashed an X2.3 flare while turning away from Earth, astronomers are watching a number of other sunspots for their potential to experience solar flaring, as 1882, seen near the middle of the solar disk, is almost directly Earth-facing, making any solar flaring a CME consideration for us here on Earth. As NSA officials testified in front of the House Intelligence Committee in what is seen by the community as nothing more than a political release of emotion to lessen the population's anger over the secret spying program, officials are seen using cryptic answers to the questions, saying that nothing that has been released so far has shown the NSA trying to do anything illegal or unprofessional, without mentioning the thousands of documents that have not yet been released by media around the world. Researchers seeking better treatment for visceral leishmaniasis disease are reporting large quantities of arsenic in the groundwater being used by Indians in the Bihar region of the country, showing the need for individual water purification options within the community and the world. Thousands of Syrian residents are said to be evacuating a suburb in Damascus after the Syrian administration apparently relaxed an evacuation blockade that has been enforced by government forces. While many citizens were forced into long lines as military officials determined whether they were believed to have been fighting with rebel forces, others were free to go, with many of them explaining to news agencies that they have been forced to eat leaves and grass out of sheer starvation after they decided to stay in the city but were not prepared for months of continuous fighting and military orders. Asteroid 2013 UV3, which is between 40 and 90 feet wide and was first discovered just 5 days ago, passed just 0.7 lunar distances from Earth Tuesday afternoon, renewing worries that we are experiencing an untold increase in near-Earth asteroids capable of destroying large cities on the planet. And to wrap things up, pro-Muslim Brotherhood groups are calling for massive countrywide protests in Egypt.
So this next clip we'll get into is from the man Joe Rogan. He has a little podcast. You know him as a stand-up comedian. You also know him as a commentator on the UFC.
Islands region completes today's quake watch. And that's it it for this episode of
pretty good.
Humans, man.
He brings a wide range of topics, kind of like us. He doesn't do no fearmongering like that guy from Texas. Hello, everybody, buy water seeds and all that.
Everybody in San Francisco has Asperger's, so they just say what's on their mind, whether it's appropriate or not.
When you're in the big
which is
media like that,
really
you have ties
refreshing,
with them,
but can be frustrating.
So fortunate to say that
the converse.
if you want to blow up nowadays, you're down with the vamps.
Chilling with Viacom.
But Joe Rogan's pretty good. He breaks down actors.
Let's get it in. Actually trying to say to me.
Yes, that is a huge issue, and it's an issue because of the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
The entertainment industry fosters bullshit because you have to pretend to be something unique and different. Meanwhile, you're just another fucking person who's going to pretend to be a killer in a movie or pretend to be a princess or pretend to be... You're pretending. Yeah. You're faking it. So,
Science!
To be the best at it, you have to be fake.
Yeah.
You have to be a big fake person who's good at lying. It's really bananas. And not only that, you start to embody this. Look, here's a perfect example. Sean Penn is a brilliant actor. He's very good at that. Most likely because Sean Penn is fucking crazy.
I'm just trying to wake you up, everybody.
And Chris Rock
I'm trying to wake you
was hosting
up.
the Academy Awards once, and he was making fun of Jude Law, about how Jude Law's and everything. Well, goddamn, can I see a movie without Jude Law? It was pretty funny. It was just joking. It's a subject because Jude Law is very prolific and he's excellent, so he's used in a lot of movies.
Very prolific, huh?
Sean Penn takes
kind of like the Golden Show. Like
Jude Law's in all these movies because he's an amazing actor. I'm like, okay, I want to beat you to death. I want to beat you to death for getting literal about a fucking Chris Rock joke about a prolific actor. Jesus Christ. You fucking pretentious cocksucker. Did you really say that? Did you have friends at all? Do you have anybody that busts your balls? No, they take themselves so goddamn seriously in the redonkulous award show where everybody wears a monkey suit. We're all going to agree to wear the same stupid outfit that we never wear if we're being comfortable and real. Yeah, why don't you put a bow tie on, you cunt? Wear with a white shirt and a buttoned up jacket. Are you guys rich? Can you dress any way the fuck you want? Why is everybody dressing the same? Oh, we're elegant this evening. Why, we have traditional attire on. I just want to say that Jude Law is an amazing actor. Yes, here. Let's go back to being pretentious. Did Chris Rock actually expose some reality? Did he make fun of something? No, we have no room for that here. We're helping the world. We're providing the arts.
Miami won yesterday.
You fucking twat. I want to punch you right in your stupid face. He plays like tough guys in movies. Fucking, like this movie's pretty good. He plays Mickey Mouse.
Science!
Down in one of those There's other guys, but they look like, I don't know. This don't make no sense to everybody.
That's why you had to explain a joke during the Academy Awards. When a fucking
Early
brilliant,
morning mob.
world-renowned stand-up comedian is the host of the award. Holy shit! Did a comedian make a joke? Oh no! Stop, let me explain.
Forgive my compromised sense of humor, but I did want to answer our host question.
Down there in one of those catacombs. There's other guys, but they look like, I don't know. This don't make no sense to everybody.
She's put Jude Law in a lot of films because he's a brilliant actor. I just wanted to say. I just wanted to straighten everybody out.
I wanted to exercise my ego about some shit that happened earlier that I thought was unjust. Are you making fun of Jude Law during our special day when we wear monkey suits? God! You fuck.
Are you gonna? You do the son of a woman like ranger choke?
Yeah.
On the wall.
I wouldn't even use my elbow. I wouldn't even have to. I'd just grab him like a little
Trachea,
rat.
like a Dothraki.
Like a little rat. Hold on tight. Shut it. Pretentiousness is really intolerable, and it shouldn't be tolerated in your friends, and it shouldn't be tolerated in celebrities either.
Science!
That's nonsense. That kind of stuff is nonsense. You're talking about acting, cunt face. Okay, you're not saving the world. You're not time traveling. You didn't invent a nuclear weapon. Okay, you developed.
Riding dirty.
Came up with 5G.
Totally agree with him. You punch people in the face only if they punch it first. Don't you see? He kind of not fear-mongering, but he's kind of a bully in a sense. But his points.
You made me sit down, and I enjoyed your performance, and it made me not think about my life.
Science.
And I got some thrills out of it.
Alrighty,
follow along. That's it. That's all you did. Okay. You didn't fucking change the world. You're not awesome. You're a guy who's good at pretending. Fuckheads. drives me nuts. It drives me nuts, and that is the one thing that I hate about this town. And and being a person who lives in two very real worlds: the world of fighting and the world of stand-up comedy. Being a cage fighting commentator, I see the realest of the real shit. Human character exposed, people cracking under pressure, people rising to the occasion. I see the realest of the real shit. And then comedy. Nobody laughs if you're not funny, okay? If your point doesn't work, they don't accept it into their mind. It has to really work, and you have to be in that moment. You can't think about something that's completely opposite and say something funny and have it be funny, because it won't work. There's something weird going on. It's not just the words coming out of your mouth. It's you thinking about those words.
Do you understand the words coming out of our mouth? Like, comment, share, download, Golden Debate Show.
It's how you logically put it in order.
Like pretentious.
So let's let Joey Rogan break it down a little bit more. A couple more seconds on this clip, and then the next clip, I believe, is a David Pakman clip talking about Glenn Beck, which is on the other side of the spectrum. He's there with Alex Jones with the fearmongering and all that. We'll listen to the clip and we'll break it down because it's interesting, but it's just the other side of the spectrum as well.
It's really simple. Don't take yourself too fucking seriously, because you don't deserve any extra appreciation. You don't deserve any extra respect. You don't deserve any extra attention. You deserve exactly what the fuck you've already gotten. You should be super duper thankful for that. And anytime you want more than what you're getting, you're a cunt.
I'm trying to wake you up.
Simple. If you demand respect, you're a cunt. You're simply a cunt. It's your problem. You're
Glenn Beck has this routine where he will transition, sometimes very harshly, from some kind of conspiratorial or apocalyptic segment directly into how that leads you to logically support one of his sponsors. And he did that kind of in a way that some are considering pretty smooth, but if you really pay attention, it's not smooth at all. Glenn Beck, of course, has a sponsor that does food insurance, and Glenn Beck, in part because of who his listeners are, and in part because of his Mormon faith, which encourages long-term food storage, has long been an advocate of storing food and buying large supplies of food for apocalyptic
and water filters and
type moments.
And he did none of that shit's going to help you if it's
we're going to pick it up
post-apocalyptic, except for maybe the scenes.
Into the rant. So where we're coming into this, he's already been ranting for 90 seconds, and it sounds like a generic kind of end-time conspiracy, natural disaster, war, dystopian rant, but then he transitions directly into why, as a result of that, you should be supporting one of his sponsors and getting food insurance. Check this out.
If this indeed is what they're going to do to us, it will kill half the population in a year.
Go hunt that stuff.
Yeah, I'm
what
not
do you say you're
sure
prepared?
how long we actually lived in the caves.
Go to food insurance and prepare.
Yeah, man,
and at least download the preparation guide. It's 15 pages. It will help you be self-reliant and prepared. Don't wait any longer. Go to foodinsurance.com/prepare. Download the free preparedness guide. Foodinsurance.com/prepare. Go there now.
We see this pattern often, Lewis. We see this pattern on a lot of right-wing and religious media, which is step one is scare people into thinking some combination of the end is near, either for religious or governmental reasons. Step two is to casually bring in the importance of being prepared for that, either by sending your money to a religious institution so that once it happens you'll get into heaven, or in this case, getting food insurance so that you'll be able to survive when everybody else will die. When in this particular case, an electromagnetic pulse is used against the
some of these homeless people
population.
Just go live off the land. No, they made it illegal. You need
because you've got all this money and the world doesn't end. It's really kind of a set in stone.
Science.
Warning. You're going to be able to go to church. The end of the world's in the corner.
There's other guys that they look like, I don't know.
The best way is to stay golden, stay alert, live your life as hard as you can, work hard, and then play hard, you know what I mean? And just don't take nothing for granted. So this next clip is about the true meaning of Halloween. Now, it's a little watered down, but it's obviously... Exactly.
Hold on. Down there in one of those catacombs. There's other guys that they look like, I don't know. This don't make no sense, everybody.
Also, listen to The Golden Show, the greatest show.
Halloween is an
Anything
annual
early morning
holiday
Mario,
observed on
straight
October
golden over
31st,
here.
which commonly includes activities such as trick-or-treating, attending costume parties, party gatherings, bonfires, after-parties, visiting haunted attractions, playing pranks, telling scary stories, and watching horror films. But do you know how it started?
I'm just trying to wake you up, everybody. I'm just trying to wake you up.
All Saints' Day is when the church commemorates all saints, known and unknown. The eve of All Saints is known as All Hallows' Eve, or Halloween. All Saints' Day is November 1st. All Saints is when the church honors saints, known and unknown. This is much like the American holidays Veterans Day and President's Day, where many people are honored on one day. Because miracles have been associated with these people and their lives have been fully examined and found holy by the church, we can be assured that they are prime examples of holiness and powerful intercessors before God on our behalf. So,
science!
Where did the scary part of Halloween come in? The Celtic people of Europe were Druids whose major celebrations were marked by the seasons. At the end of the year in Northern Europe, people made preparations to ensure winter survival by harvesting crops,
we don't just fight and get drunk, everybody.
Slaughtering animals that wouldn't make it. Life slowed down as winter brought darkness, shortened days and longer nights, fallow ground, and death. The imagery of death, symbolized by skeletons, skulls, and color black, remains important in today's Halloween celebrations.
What they believed in, man.
The Samhain Festival celebrated the final harvest, death, and the onset of winter for 3 days, October 31st to November 2nd. The Celts believed the curtain dividing the living and the dead lifted during Samhain to allow spirits of the dead to walk among the living, ghosts haunting the earth.
I'm just trying to wake you up, everybody. I'm just trying to wake you up.
Such as divination and communication with the dead. They sought spirits of their ancestors regarding weather forecasts for the coming year, crop expectations, and even romantic prospects. Bobbing for apples was one practice that they used to figure out spiritual blessings on a couple's Trick-bent spirits were believed to assume gross appearance.
Science!
Some traditions developed which believed wearing a costume to look like a spirit would fool the wandering spirits.
There's a lot of case studies here, and many of the recruiting scandals rise out of many of the scandals rise out of recruiting. Right?
Absolutely.
One of the ones you're talking about is called the so-called hostesses, and it's a case at the University of Tennessee. Now, that's one that you don't see when you're watching Saturday the day. Right?
Absolutely.
What are hostesses, and tell us?
Well, hostesses are essentially the first face that a college recruit, a high school recruit, will see coming on campus. They're vivacious, they're flirtatious, they know the program inside and out. They have been trained to act as the out front face of the program. What Jeff and I document, and on the record through a young woman named Lacey Pearl Earps at the Tennessee, was her experience as known as the closer. She was the top hostess there. And what happens is there are sexual relationships that go on between the college girls and the high school athletes coming in. Not in Lacey's case, but there's a tremendous amount of flirtation and influence.
Will you be ready for it? Insurance companies are already competing just to be listed on the exchanges, and their plans are going to be ranked to make comparison shopping easier. When the exchanges go live, you can make the insurance companies 24 million new customers who will then become your new patients. And these patients may be young, have a limited education, or speak a language other than English. They may even have unmanaged or undiagnosed chronic conditions and minimal experience with preventive and elective care. But all of them are going to be price sensitive and are going to search the market for the best value. This presents challenges because, in all likelihood, they will have plans that will pay lower rates. But it also presents a huge opportunity because these same plans are required to cover a larger range of services. So how can you get ready for this wave of new patients? First, you will need to become much more accessible. Volumes are going to shift toward wellness, prevention, and diagnostics, and you will need to offer alternative avenues of care. If you're not prepared, there will be a crippling strain placed on all of your primary care offices. Second, you're going to have to focus on point-of-service interactions. Eligibility, billing, and collections, these are going to become a lot more complex. You will need to identify patient obligations up front, verify insurance, and determine eligibility, or possibly enroll these patients in a plan. And finally, you have to be prepared for a less favorable environment going forward. There are still a lot of unknowns. How many patients will actually seek coverage? Are employers going to shift their currently covered employees to the exchanges? Are the exchanges going to actually work? Will enough healthy patients sign up to offset the sick patients in the insurance pools? Being ready will be the difference between 24 million challenges and 24 million opportunities.
No one has been fired. My goal is to actually get the website up and running.
Have you offered your
What is
resignation
your
now?
response to people who are calling for
Down
you
there
to
in one of those
resign?
catacombs.
Well, the
There's other guys.
majority of people calling for me to resign, I would say,
You
are
know
people
what
that
the
don't
fuck
work
to do. If you see someone doing a better podcast than this, report that shit. If you see someone reporting something, just report that shit. For fucking example, if you see your government making a website with all that money and that shit don't fucking work, report that shit. If you see actors and spies, something, report that shit. I don't give a fuck, man. If you see fucking reporting of a report, just report that shit.
Golden.
I guess you can sum it up in 2 words.
Let's get into the
What's
song
that?
of the day. CeeLo Green, crazy. And we're going crazy on the eve of the Hallows Eve. Golden
Now
everyone.
you know your neighborhood. Keep an eye on it. A stranger taking a shortcut through the backyard next door might have broken into your neighbor's home. Report him. Report him.
The Golden Show. It's golden. Warning. The Golden Show. It's golden.
But think twice. That's my only advice. Come on now, who do you think you are?
Tones Robot and Sally Spreaker. Golden Debate Show. Golden Show Next.com. So you be taking the Dutchman out and trick-or-treating? Getting that candy? Now, I feel for a kid you should at least do it a couple times, but, you know, maybe, like, this Halloween shit getting up and having little parties and whatnot isn't a bad thing, you know, you don't know, man. You gotta check your fucking internet and make sure you don't take your kids, you know, some dusties, you know.
Yeah, buddy. Cats out there.
Warning.
This don't make no sense to everybody. Ever since I was little, it looked like fun.
Warning.
If there's no coincidence, I'll come.
Science. Okay. Shut up already. It's just, this is science.
I'm just
This is science. Science.
Warning.
Already. It's just, this is science.
Let's check out this clip because it's not only haunting, it's also interesting.
What is it about,
Deadly
family?
asteroids
not
must
empty.
be found before they find us. Astronauts warning the UN. They're saying that we need a global effort to protect Earth against deadly asteroid impacts. So
I'm just trying to wake you
UN
up.
is now deciding they're going
There's
to
other guys
create a
that they look
global
like. I don't
asteroid
know.
fighting
This don't make no sense to everybody.
force. The General Assembly at the UN has now approved measures to coordinate the detection and response to asteroid strikes that could level cities and possibly destroy our civilization.
I was looking
They're
for my
going
phone.
to
It's in
create
my
an
pocket.
international
I dialed for
asteroid warning network.
Science.
And apparently it's going to be run
Science.
under the existing
Okay.
UN
Shut up already.
Committee
It's just,
on
this
the
is science.
peaceful uses of outer space,
They're making a super
which
weapon.
I have to say just sounds totally freaking made up. I think it is sad that the UN will do anything it can so that they can create yet another globalist entity to take control of said problem. There's no word yet on whether or not they're going to find a way to tax us on our asteroid vulnerability.
Science.
I just think it's so ridiculous. Asteroid fighters.
There's other guys that they look like. I don't know.
Are they gonna get T-shirts with that, like bumper stickers and like cool little keychains or something? Or are they gonna drive around with those little plate liners on the back of their cars? Like,
wake you up, everybody.
they're so ridiculous. Is Ted Turner going to be on board with this?
I was saying to Carl that they're about to go get
Everything's insurance. Get all types of insurance. This don't make no sense, everybody.
If it doesn't happen, we take
Science.
Look, once when I was a kid, I did something really bad, and my dad took me to my grandmother's house and told her what I did, and she pulled me aside, and she said, "It's not bad that you did it. It's bad that you got caught." And I think that's what we have going on here. That it's really bad that we got caught, and my damage.
Wait, Grandma told you that?
Oh, absolutely. She's a total moral relativist. Love her. God rest her soul. But it's going to damage some relationships. But if we weren't doing intel spying on people like this, Angela Merkel, Kim Jong-il, anybody, then we would be derelict in our duty. Of course we should be spying on these folks. We have to have the information. That's why we have a CIA. We have to know. Look, Germany in particular is shoring the euro. We have to know that what they're telling us publicly is what they actually believe privately.
Runs off of data systems. Just about everything in our lives runs on computer networks. And most of those are not as secure as they need to be. And we're seeing, and if you look at over the past
is a spy.
2 months, about over 350 distributed denial of service attacks
is a
on Wall Street.
spy.
And we've seen destructive attacks against Saudi Aramco in August of 2012. And we saw destructive attacks
is a spy
in 2012. The one against Saudi Aramco wiped the data and destroyed the content of the data on over 30,000 computer systems. A similar impact on South Korea in March and in So we see distributed denial of service attacks. We see a lot of exploitation of intellectual property, theft of intellectual property, theft of your Visa, MasterCard type data, your Social Security numbers, all of this. And
All thoughts and opinions are solely that of the host, guests, and sources, and it's one way to keep Faith the Word alive. Golden Show, GoldenMorningMall.com.
Warning.
You know, it's lessons that we learned after 9/11. When you look at the 9/11 Commission, it faulted the intelligence community for not connecting the dots. We didn't have the tools. These are tools that help us connect the dots. So we can take them away and forget the lessons of 9/11 at our own risk.
So is Lenny, the guy from the paper.
I recommend
what about the tape?
we do not
It's not the original.
We have learned that lesson
the
once.
original. There was a copy.
We all
there was a
vowed
copy.
this would never happen.
Any more good
again.
news? It never made it to the
And we
newspaper,
should
but there was a
commit
private sector
to
contact.
that course of action. Now, I do believe if we can find a better way, we ought to put it on the table and take those steps. So anybody who's got a better idea, let's put it on the table. But
The Golden Show. It's golden.